Money. Joining me right now is Spotlight Asset Group Chief Investment Officer Shana Sissel, Nicholas Wealth Management President David Nicholas, and Michael Lee Strategy Founder Michael Lee. Great to see everybody this morning. Thank you so much for being here. We got a big deal to talk about, but David, I want to kick things. The big story of the day in business this morning is Square. Square agreeing to a $29 billion buyout of Afterpay. Square, founded by Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, is going to acquire Afterpay, planning to incorporate Afterpay into its seller and Cash App business units. It would allow more retailers to buy now and pay later. Your thoughts on this deal and what it tells us about the transaction business in general? Square this morning, by the way, is down 4.5%.
Yeah, so this is an all-stock deal, so very dilutive to current Square shareholders. But this is a new business for them, this buy now, pay later. Square also posted earnings which were pretty spectacular. Earnings up several 100%, revenue up over 100% this quarter. So look, the financial services business, especially consumer finance, is kind of in the dark ages in terms of technology relative to a lot of other things. So a company like Square comes along and they can really start disrupting the marketplace. So Square's got a little over $100 billion market cap, but Visa has a $500 billion market cap. So there's a lot of opportunity in here. I think you're going to see a lot more consolidation in the industry. And more importantly, you're going to see really high multiples and valuations for these new fintech financial, especially consumer financial companies. We obviously had the Robinhood IPO last week. So these big deals, while I think they're overpaying, they're paying with their own stock, which some would say is overvalued. So using an overvalued currency to make an overvalued transaction. But it bodes well for the overall market that there's appetite for deals out there.
Yeah, Gina, do you have the Visa chart? Because, Michael, you just mentioned Visa, and this is a stock that I've mentioned a number of times because when you look at the market value of Visa, you said $500 billion. That's actually higher than the market value of the largest banks in the world. Visa is trading up this morning 0.33%, while Square trades down 4.5%. But the transaction business is what we're looking at, Michael, because in a world where we're talking about crypto and digital assets over the long term, transactions, payments, digital transactions have been happening for a long time. And that's why Visa has such a high market value relative to the major banks. It's got a higher market value than JP Morgan.
Yeah, look, and companies that can come in and disrupt this space are going to be worth a lot of money. And this is a relatively small Australian company that's being bought for $30 billion. So this is a really interesting space to look at going forward, the people that can come in and disrupt it. And Visa and MasterCard and American Express and a lot of the big banks have done a good job keeping the walls up. So those that can come in and disrupt can make a tremendous amount of money.
Yeah. All right, Shana, let's get to the macro story. We got